It's getting a little bit colder as the summer turns into the fall. And before you know it, winter is going to be on the way. I've had a lot of rain around here recently, and when you're out in the streets doing the work that we do, it can make the work a lot harder. The truth is, what really makes our work difficult is not the work itself. The work itself is full of joy, I find. It's full of grace, it's full of beauty. You'd be amazed at the way the grace of God is present with us. No, what makes our job difficult, what makes the work hard, are the powers and principalities, the resistance that we face in this world. When you try to follow the way of love in a world that's so often full of hate, when you try to walk the way of mercy in a world that's so often full of violence, and not just the violence of guns or knives or yelling or fighting, but the hidden ways in which violence is present in our systems and in truth in all of our institutions. It can make you weary. It can wear you down. And the song this week, These Burdens, is about exactly those kinds of burdens. The ways in which that kind of weariness can weigh down the heart. So what do? How do we take back our heart in the face of hate, in the face of violence, in the face of injustice? How do we hold on to our heart as we do the work of love? Well, I believe it's as simple as prayer. I want you to imagine for just a moment, as I try to describe what is probably my favorite place in all the world. It's a little prayer chapel located at the Gift of Grace House. It's the home of Mother Teresa's sisters, the missionaries of charity. And it's part of our grace in the work that we do that we're able to work and collaborate so closely with the sisters. And for me personally, to be able to find a place of prayer that connects to the work and the vocation to which I feel called. And so imagine yourself in that plain, simple, beautiful chapel where there's an altar. And upon that altar is the presence of Jesus and the holy sacrament of the Eucharist. And to sit there, no pews, no chairs, just to sit there on the floor in the companionship of the sisters in silent prayer and contemplation, and to recognize that you are sitting at the feet of Jesus. Whatever burdens you're carrying, whatever weight that you carry, you can lay down. You see, I believe that to walk the way of love in this broken world of ours is precisely to take up the cross. I don't think the cross is simply the challenges we face in life. That's a part of it, I'm sure. It's not just simply human suffering, but it's the willingness to challenge the powers that cause that suffering. For to love, and to love our neighbors, and yes, to love our enemies, to welcome strangers, to create hospitality in a world of enmity, is in fact to take up the cross. It's to resist those powers that create the world in such a broken way. And that brokenness sometimes finds its way into a heaviness in our hearts. It can make us weary in well-doing. To find the strength to keep going, we need prayer. And so that's what this song is really about. Coming to God just as you are. Weary, worn, tired, torn. Coming to God just as you are. And finding that you can lay down your burdens. You can lay them there with God. And that God bears those burdens with you. And that the cross of your vocation was never something that God intended that you bear alone. We bear the cross with Jesus. Not for him, but with him. That's our calling. So we pray that this song gives you encouragement in your journey as you seek to walk the way of love.